My name is Charity. My typical day is running and chasing kids, getting them where they need to go, getting to work, cooking dinner, all the typical mom stuff. So I grew up going to church pretty much every Sunday, every Wednesday, probably every Saturday too with my family. As I kind of got older, things kind of changed. My parents were still going, just not as often, and I couldn't drive myself, so we all just kind of did our own thing at some point. I mean, we were still very we had the foundation of always praying together, things like that, but kind of just did my own thing as I got older. And then when I moved off to college, that wasn't at the top of my list. I was too busy partying and didn't want to go to church really. I kind of tried to pray here and there, but it wasn't a strong foundation like I should have had. And then as the years have gone on, I've gone through different seasons, and most recently I had a really tough season where everything kind of just went away and I had no choice but to seek Him. My husband and I weren't really focused on anything else but all of everyone else, not ourselves. And so we kind of went to a phase where it's I feel like God kind of wanted us to just step back and look at ourselves, not each other as a couple, but just ourselves, and figure out where we were. And that's where I kind of found out that I was not putting God on top of any of it. I was choosing my children over my husband, or I was choosing my husband over God, or just anything over Him, and I thought it was normal and it was okay. I didn't realize how much I needed God in my life and at the center of it until He took it all away from me and was just you need to figure this out. And so I started seeing Carly, the therapist, and she kind of started pointing that out and was helping me figure out myself, because I just wanted to figure out everyone else and I never thought about my own self. I was so used to being a parent at 15 years old, I didn't know how to be a normal person. She kind of was just asking me, she was just so what about you? And I had no response for her. I kind of just sat there and was what about me? I don't think there's anything really intriguing to kind of go off of, because everything I've always done has been honestly about with my daughter, because me and her kind of grew up together. And so when I had to finally step back and she was trying to show me how to find my identity and who I am and who God is in my life, I had to kind of just sit there and study His Word more and learn more about the other people in the Bible and what they went through, or what they were going through at the time, and how God kind of transformed them. And it gave me a lot of hope. So I was able to kind of sit there and put the kids to bed, not worry about them, stay up late, even if it meant being tired the next day, and just really studying who He is and why He put me on this earth. So I think how I would encourage someone else is just to not, the big thing for me was just to not feel weird about it. This is a normal thing. This was from thousands of years ago. The Bible is still around. You can learn so much from it. And honestly, the best way to learn from it is to have other people there supporting you, holding you accountable, to be able to give you more detail about the story if you have questions about it. It's just to be able to study God together and see how He's moving in each of our lives, because He touches us all differently. And I may think my life is a certain way, but learning other women's lives or other situations kind of opened my eyes to how big and great of a God He really is.